Do you actually know how to say I love you in cat? You probably think you do. But here's a wild reality check for you. Most of the ways we humans naturally show affection mean absolutely nothing to our feline friends. In fact, some of your daily habits might actually be pushing them away. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going on a fascinating journey into feline psychology. We're going to decode exactly how your cat communicates, starting with one of the most mysterious behaviors: why cats slow blink at you, and how you can actually speak their language right back.
It's a totally fair question, right? We humans, we naturally want to hug, squeeze, and basically smother the things we love. But cats? Well, they're wired completely differently. To get them to genuinely love you back, we literally have to stop acting like humans and start acting like cats. We're going to break down the actual science of feline affection, and we're starting with how to literally speak cat using nothing but your eyes.
Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1. The slow blink phenomenon. This is arguably the absolute most powerful tool in your entire feline communication toolkit. It's all about the eyes. Visual communication is just huge for cats. They use it to establish boundaries, signal threats, and, most importantly for us, show deep affection. You've definitely caught your cat staring at you from across the room, right? And then suddenly they just slowly close their eyes. Most humans, clumsy as we are, just assume, oh, the cat is getting sleepy. But actually, scratch that. They aren't sleepy at all. That action, the slow blink, is one of the most deliberate, intentional things a refined cat can do. It's a very specific message meant directly for you. Here's the translation. In cat language, direct, unblinking eye contact is a challenge. It's confrontational. So when you lock eyes with your cat and just stare, you're accidentally sending a pretty threatening message. No wonder they get weirded out. But when they drop their eyelids gently and just hold it there, that is the ultimate sign of trust. Think about it. In the wild, closing their eyes makes them completely vulnerable to predators. It's the ultimate surrender of defense. So by doing this right in front of you, it's their way of saying, hey, I know you aren't a threat, and I trust you with my life. And the absolute best part? You can totally say it back.
And this isn't just some cute internet theory, it's grounded in serious science. Researchers at the University of Sussex actually tested this back in 2020. They found that a simple 3-second gesture, locking eyes, slowly closing them, and holding for a beat, literally changes how the cat feels about the person sitting in front of them. The cats didn't need a treat, they didn't need a toy, or even a belly rub. Just that one visual cue made them significantly more likely to slow blink back and approach their owner. So seriously, every morning, every evening, give your cat a slow blink. When they blink back, they are telling you the feeling is totally mutual.
Moving right along to Section 2, Mastering Feline Vocal Language. So, we've mastered the eyes and the whole slow blink thing. Now let's talk about the voice. Specifically, we really need to address that slightly ridiculous, high-pitched baby voice we literally all find ourselves using with our pets. You know the one. You might feel a little embarrassed doing it when company is over, but honestly, you shouldn't. A 2022 study out of the University of Paris revealed something absolutely amazing about how cats process human voices. When owners spoke in their normal, flat adult voices, the cats barely reacted at all. It was basically just background noise to them. But the moment the owners switched to that sweet, exaggerated, high-pitched tone, their cats perked right up, turned their heads, and even moved closer. They can actually tell the difference between their owner's voice and a stranger's. But, and this is key, only when you use that specific baby tone.
So what does this all mean? The crucial takeaway here is that the actual words you are saying, they do not matter at all. You could literally be reading the phone book. What matters is the tone. That soft, warm, gentle voice translates directly in your cat's brain to one specific feeling: you're safe with me. So go ahead, talk to them every single day, using that goofy voice you'd use for someone you genuinely, deeply adore. Next up, Section 3, Scent, Space, and Boundaries. All right, so we've got the slow blink to show trust visually and the high-pitched voice to show safety audibly. But how do we physically interact with them? Well, we have to understand how cats process the physical world. Before you ever go in to pet a cat, you need to perform what's called the cat handshake. See, cats process the world through scent first, not sight. When two bonded cats greet each other, they touch noses. But us humans, we have this jarring habit of just walking up and immediately scratching their head. To a highly refined cat, that is incredibly rude. It's like a loose acquaintance running up and bear hugging you from behind without warning. No thank you. Instead, try this protocol. Extend just one finger, let them sniff it so they can process who you are, and then just wait for them to push their face into your hand.
That little cheek rub, that's your green light. By doing this, you instantly go from being someone who forces touch to someone who politely asks first. And hey, speaking of boundaries, sometimes the absolute best thing you can do is literally nothing. We humans often think bonding requires active petting or playing, right? But in the wild, cats only rest near other cats they fully 100% trust. They don't cuddle to show affection the way dogs do, they just share space. So when you simply exist in the same room, maybe you're just reading a book or scrolling on your phone, without reaching for them or constantly calling their name, you are actually demonstrating one of the highest forms of love and trust in the entire feline world.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how absolutely vital quiet time is to a cat. Get a load of this number, 12 to 16 hours. That is how much a cat sleeps every single day. That's more than half their life. And no, they aren't just being lazy. Sleep is how their little bodies recover, process stress, and regulate their entire nervous system. Deep sleep is when they are at their most vulnerable, completely relaxed, and totally defenseless.
Which brings us to a huge mistake so many owners make. You see your cat sleeping, they look incredibly cute all curled up, and you just want to scoop them right up. Resist the urge. Doing so comes at a really high cost. When you lift a sleeping cat, their heart rate immediately spikes and those claws come out because they are suddenly startled in their most defenseless state. Even if they settle down a second later, you've completely ruined the safety of that spot. Do this enough times and they will literally start hiding under beds or up on high shelves just to protect their sleep from you. So, golden rule, let sleeping cats lie. Moving on to Section 4, Activating the Primal Hunter. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is how we can shift the energy way up and tap into your cat's hardwired predatory instincts. Because, listen, play isn't just some fun little distraction for a cat. It is an absolute biological necessity. There's a massive contrast between how we normally play and how they actually hunt. If you're just dangling a toy in front of your cat's face and they're just staring at you, they aren't being lazy, they are bored out of their minds. Shaking a toy back and forth in one spot completely skips every single step of their natural hunt sequence. To activate that primal brain, you have to make the toy act like actual prey. You want to drag it away from them, let it hide behind a corner, make it freeze, and then dart across the floor. When you see their pupils go wide and they do that little low crouch, boom, you've nailed it. And providing this kind of authentic hunt for just, say, 5 to 10 minutes a day, it yields incredible benefits. You aren't just giving them a cardio workout, you are fulfilling their deepest biological instinct. This leads to way calmer behavior, increased affection, and a significantly stronger bond with you. Why? Because you suddenly become the direct source of their fulfillment. You're transforming playtime into deep, profound affection.
Which brings us to our final section, number 5, the ultimate chemical bond.
Let's slow it down for a second and see how all this builds to the ultimate connection. We've covered why cats slow blink you, the right vocal tone, the handshake, respecting their space, and the primal hunt. Now we're going to look at the specific physical touch that unlocks the absolute deepest feline connection possible. In the feline world, there's this behavior called allogrooming. When cats are deeply bonded to one another, they don't just lick each other randomly. They focus almost exclusively on one very specific area, the base of the head, right between and just behind the ears. Because a cat can literally never reach this spot on their own. Allowing another cat to groom them there is a massive display of vulnerability. It's an interaction that is strictly reserved for family only.
And here is the absolute magic word, oxytocin. When a cat experiences grooming in that highly specific spot between the ears, it actually triggers the release of oxytocin in their brain. It's a powerful chemical bond that basically screams, we belong to each other. And guess what? You can trigger this exact same response. By using your fingertips to give gentle, slow, repetitive strokes right at the base of their head, sort of mimicking the rough rhythm of a mother cat's tongue, you are literally releasing the neurochemical of love in your cat's brain. How cool is that?
So, we've officially decoded the language. From the deep intentionality of the slow blink to the oxytocin release of allogrooming, you now have the actual toolkit to speak to your cat in a way they truly deeply understand. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Which of these habits will you change today to tell your cat you truly love them? Will you start asking for consent with that little finger-to-the-nose handshake? Or maybe you'll try the slow blink tonight from across the living room. Give it a try and watch as your cat shows you, in their own brilliantly unique language, that they genuinely love you back.